we're seeing on the right anti-Semitism growing.
Yeah, no, we have to just fight back. Never. I think I was with Rabbi Schneier last night, and he gave me a great quote. He said, a casual Jew will become a Jewish casualty. And we can't allow Jews to be casual at this moment of crisis. We have to fight back. I have an op-ed that I'm just writing in which I say, I am no longer going to defend organizations that support gay rights, black rights, other rights. I support the concepts, but I can't support Black Lives Matter. I can't support the NAACP, which has turned against Israel. I can't support environmental and gay groups that have turned against Israel. I can support what they stand for, but I'm sick and tired of I'm for you, but you're for my enemy. I'm not going to do that anymore in my own life. I'm 87 years old. I live, hopefully by principle. I don't do anything for convenience sake or to get friends or anything of that kind. I'm going to try to live out my last years of my life being principled and supporting Israel and doing everything I can to help the Jewish community.
But you must be upset that your friends with Martha Vineyards and elsewhere that you were so chummy with have turned their back on you and attacked you.
Well, I'm more upset that they've turned their back on my wife and my children and my grandchildren. I can fight back. But my wife has been victimized by this, and my children and grandchildren have been victimized by my support for Israel. And so it doesn't only apply to the kid in college. You know, it applies to anybody today who's perceived of as being pro-Israel. I can't go anywhere and speak about anything. If I want to make a speech about baseball, I'm protested because of my support for Israel. I can deal with protests as long as they're not violent.
Has your family moved more to the right because of the anti-Semitism?
No, and I haven't moved more to the right.
People say you're more leaning to the right. You're more comfortable at a ZOA dinner than a liberal Jewish dinner.
No, I'm more comfortable at a pro-Israel dinner than I am at an anti-Israel dinner. So I'll go to an ADL dinner. I won't go to a J Street dinner. But that's not because I'm right or left. I am the same. I haven't moved. I didn't leave the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party left me. And I'm going to continue to be a libertarian, contrarian, egalitarian. That's who I am. That's who I've always been. And I'm not going to change. I'm too old to change. I see the world changing around me, but where I stand still, it looks like I moved to the right. I haven't. It's just that the world has moved to the extreme left, and I'm not moving there with them.
The perception out there, I hear from a lot of my listeners, is, oh, Alan has moved to the right. I'm just telling you what the public perception is.
Of course, but it's not true. So once you examine my views and compare them to what I wrote, say, in Chutzpah in 1990, or the case for Israel in 2000, my views are the same. I'm boringly consistent.
Your latest book is?
Well, I'm doing these pamphlets now. The 10 Israel lies, and then I have one called Palestinianism. I have one about Trump says to Harvard, go fund yourself. And my most recent one, which will be out in a week, is Jewish blood is no longer cheap. And it's an analysis of how Israel had to respond overwhelmingly to October 7th and did the right thing in Gaza in order to send a message to the world that we will not stand for attacks on Jews. We will fight back disproportionately.
I hope so. Final question. There's a movement, I said, on the right becoming more anti-Semitic, less than pro-Israel. Even Vice President JD Vance is not perceived to be as pro-Israel as Trump. Are you concerned for people like JD Vance and don't have it in their kishkas regarding Israel?
I'm worried, but I'm very proud of my former student, Ted Cruz. Ted has stood up unequivocally for Israel. He stood up against these right-wingers. He has done what Bill Buckley did back 20 years ago, when he called out Pat Buchanan and accused him of essentially anti-Semitism. Ted has been our champion. So people who have attacked me for being friendly with Ted, think about that. We need Ted Cruz, and he's been a very, very strong supporter of Israel, even though he's conservative, and maybe because he's conservative. And so, right now, conservatives and Christian Zionists are more supportive of Israel than many Jews. And thank God for Christian Zionists. And that's so upset about these right-wingers who attack Christian Zionists as if they're un-American.
But by the way, the next generation of Christian evangelicals are not pro-Israel, pro-Hamas, pro-Palestinian.
I think it's a struggle. People like Mike Pompeo, who's very religious supporter of Israel, Mike Huckabee.
But they're the older generation.
The older generation, but they're having an influence as well on the younger generation. So
I spoke to a pastor, a professor, who said that the same problem Jews have, that kids go to woke colleges, come back brainwashed. Christian evangelicals are going to these woke colleges and coming back brainwashed against Israel. The same thing.
Well, not only that, but some of them are going to Christian colleges and Catholic colleges, which have woke elements within them too. So we're fighting an international, very widespread attack. The attack on Jews is greater today than it has ever been since the Holocaust. And we have to prioritize our involvement in accord with that reality. And I just wrote an article about that as well. I keep busy. I write at least an article a day, and I write, at least a book a year. That's all I can do. If I were, 27 years old, I'd be volunteering to fight for the IDF. I wear my IDF pin. I wear my, obviously, hostage pin, but I'm not 27. I'm 87. So my only weapon is the pen. It is because I don't use a computer. I just use my pen and my iPhone and my voice. That's the only weapons I have.
And your podcast, which will soon resume, I hope, right?
Hope so. I hope so.
Anyway, thank you. May God give you the strength to 120 to keep going. You're a great fighter for the Jewish people.
A few months. Nobody should die on their birthday.
You should live to 120.
20 and a half.
And no. I live 120 in one day. That's my philosophy. Thank you for watching. If you like this content, you like our programs, please like and subscribe, as it helps the channel get these important conversations out there to a larger audience. So please become a supporter of TalkLine with Zev Brenner by liking us, by supporting us, and telling all your friends to watch. Thank you.